Okay, here's our review for the last class. I'll start with Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I'll play the first page. It's a 3 on the 5th line down at the bottom of the tab, and that's the 5th string here, 3rd fret. Here we go. Okay. If you wanted to play those chords, it's a little bit different chord progression than we've been working on, but I would just strum one chord over each word where the chord is. Somewhere to an E minor, over the rainbow, to that really hard F chord, way up high, back to the F. There's a land that I dreamed of, to a G, once in a lullaby. And let me play the second page. That's the one that looks very difficult, but not too bad with a little practice. So lots of zeros and twos. It's 2 0 2 0 2 0 2 0. That's the first measure. So there's 4 groups of 2 0. Then 3 0. And a long 4 beats into the next measure where there's that little 2 in parentheses. Remember I said you're still holding the note, so you don't play it again. And then you'll pick up at the end of that measure on a 0. Next line. Now here's the tricky part. Right here where there's a 4, you're going to take your 3rd finger to the 4th fret, and you're going to put your 1st finger on the 2nd fret so you can play 4 and 2. And if you get them on the tips, you can even just leave them there. Now there's an open note on the 2nd string. At that point, while you're playing that open note, move your hand back so that your fingers are over the first 3 frets again. 3, 2, and we're back to the beginning on the 3rd line. And then I just added on this little ending. Okay? That's that. Then we're right into Sometimes I Feel. Okay? Now remember, in Sometimes I Feel, it's almost all zeros. There's a fingered note on the beginning of each measure, and there's 6 notes in each measure, and they're all evenly paced notes. And the pattern was, on the right hand, is thumb was, oops, let me try that again. So you're starting on the 4th string, going all the way down, and then back 2 strings. Off today. Like that. And then the first note of each measure is the one that changes. The first measure was down the 1st fret, then open. Now there's a 4th fret note on the 5th string. Use your 3rd finger. And skip a string. So you're going 5th string, skipping the 4th, and going to the 3rd. just your third finger, you can then slide it back. Then second finger. And the reason I'm telling you to use those particular fingers is because now you're going to play a B7th chord for that last line where there's all the twos in the measure. You don't really need this finger, but since you know B7th, you might as well put it down. And then it's kind of an E minor chord here, but you don't even need these fingers. I'm going to play 6th string, skip 2 strings. So let me play it all together. There's an E minor chord at the end, and I forgot that. And as for the finger picking pattern that I was doing, thumb covers the first 3 strings, and then these fingers cover the last 3 strings. 3rd string, 2nd string, 1st string. First finger on the 3rd string. And I'm putting them under the guitar there, and I'm not pulling all the way out. I'm pulling one finger out at a time. That will train you to not move your hand. You can just do a little exercise, make an E minor chord. I put these fingers on in advance, then I pluck these strings and I land on the next string as I go down. Then I can go. Don't forget, when you're playing that song, you'll probably have a tendency to do this when you're learning it. Then a pause. Then another pause. And there are no pauses, really. You want to play straight through each measure. Okay? Last but not least, we have Wagon Wheel. It was a G. If you look at the top line where it says intro, if you learn to play that top line, then you basically know the whole song. To a D, to an E minor, to a C, doing 4 strums of each, back to G, to D. Now the C is 8 times the last C. Headed up north to the land of the pines, strumming my way across North Carolina, tearing up the road, pray to God I see headlights. Back to the beginning again. Okay? If you wanted to put a little strum pattern in there, I'm going to do it with a pick. It would be down, down, up. Down, down, up. Down, down, up. Hard to switch them that fast, of course. A lot of guitarists, they don't even realize they're doing it, but as they're switching the chord, they're strumming when they're not even hitting the strings, which gives them a little time to switch the chord. What I mean by that is, it's kind of one of the upstrokes. You don't even have your fingers on the guitar. Gives you a little more time to get to each chord. It's not really good form, but it's so common that you don't even notice people do it. Okay, that's it. I think I covered everything from the last class. If not, let me know. And thanks for taking the class, and hope you enjoyed it, and keep playing as much as you can. Keep the guitar out of the case and pick it up whenever you have a spare moment. Take care.